Hey everybody, welcome back to Space no, where am I? Hello, hey everybody, welcome back to Satisfactory after a week's break and a lot of drama behind the scenes. I'll get to that in a minute. How you doing? Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a good weekend last weekend. It was the Victoria Day long weekend here in Canada, so I spent it with some longtime friends and it was wonderful. And we are back today, just barely though, because waiting for me when I returned was a computer running Windows that decided it no longer wanted to run Windows. So we have been scrambling to rebuild, but we are here, we are working, and we are continuing on. What are we continuing on with? Well, let's have a look. You can see we are working towards completing phase 2 and getting phase 3 launched. So we have these machines here, they're temporary, they're just filled with bins, slowly loading up and cranking out the materials that I need. They are fully clocked. If this starts taking way too long, I may just go in and double up the machines, but we're going to let them run for now. In the meantime, I think what I want to do is I want to rebuild my iron. So I kind of, before the disasters all struck, I started filling in the floor here and I kind of just covered over where the drill is. And honestly, I don't mind that looking like that sitting out of there. And then I got to thinking is that this iron setup is not really organized very well. So what I want to do today, while we're waiting for the phase 2 final items to go up, is to rebuild the iron to make sure that, you know, we're getting the most out of it. We're also making the most, you know, the proper amounts. And just basically organizing it a little bit better, like we have our steel production organized over there. You can see we actually have all of our steel products in one handy dandy little location. And of course they are all being fed up into the dimensional depots. My brain went blank there. So we have, you know, our case pipes and whatnot. And I'd like to get something similar set up for my iron production. What are you doing over here? Oh, you're making my steel pipes, so you're doing stuff. And what are you doing over here? Yeah, see, here you go. Stators. I got wire being produced here. So I want to get some proper setups here. Do I have any other recipes for stators? No, I don't. But I do have a bunch of hard drives, so I think I'm going to run some hard drives. I'm going to try to remember to, in fact, let's go do that right now. I think what I'll do, instead of just filling a container full of stuff for the stators, I do have a copper node right there, so I think I'll set that up to start producing the necessary, where am I going? The necessary stuff for getting the stators or whatever else might need copper. All right. Oh, my mouse is way too sensitive here. Give me half a second. Controls, mouse sensitivity, let's bring that down a little bit. I'm sure I'm giving you guys a headache out there. And there, that's better, much smoother. Okay, what do we got going on in here? So looking at the hard drives, I got 6 hard drives on me. Let's start scanning that. Okay, so maybe that, okay, not quite that. That's a little bit too soft. Let's try that again. So let's take it up to right about there. Let's see how that feels. Yeah, that's better. Okay, here we go. All right, so like I said, everything's kind of a bit mixed up here. I've got my original iron rods and iron plates. And my screws and all that fun stuff. So what I'd like to do is, like I say, just tear all of this stuff out and rebuild it. And rebuild it in such a way as that it's a little bit more expandable. Like, for example, here, instead of having, you know, each section having their own foundries. Nope, what are these smelters? They're, oh, geez, not play the game for a couple of weeks and you forget everything about it. Those smelters there, so it'd just be all smelters, just nothing but smelters. Whatever iron comes out of that little iron mine that's tucked in underneath the floorboards there, you can see them rising up. Yeah, this is why floor holes are such a good thing don't affect play, but they just make it look like it feels better, so it doesn't look so weird. So yeah, I'm just going to basically have all the smelters just cranking out whatever it needs. That way, if I need to add more iron to it, because remember, I am bringing iron in as well over there, I'm just going to smelter the heck out of the iron that's coming in, turn it all into ingots, and then divide the ingots into their separate little sections. So I'll have to do a little bit of work on the Satisfactory modeler, just kind of figure out where everything needs to go and what I need. But yeah, that is, I think, what's going to be the better part of today's plan. I'm not going to move these cabinets or containers or anything like that. I'm just going to let them empty out. Things will kind of maybe grind to a halt a little bit, but I do have, containers full of material. Everybody's got stuff in it, so I should be okay. I just need to start getting rid of the machines. So let's start doing that. Of course, I am about to cut the power on everything. And yeah, I just made a couple of holes in the floor. The quiet has arrived. Okay, so that. Get rid of these guys. Get rid of that. Like I saw. Oh, no, you don't. You go too. Okay, so that's got that. Let's pop this out of here. And work our way forward. Yeah, this is the one thing about doing an edited series. This would all be gone through the power of editing. But nope, not today. Honestly, the reason I'm doing this is usually something I would start doing off camera, because it is, a little grindy. But I never got a chance to kind of do some of this, and honestly, I was so distracted I had no idea what I was actually going to be doing today. So yeah, we're all along for the journey. All right, so we'll have to redirect power here for the steel production, which is, oh, pardon me, easy enough. Drop a power pole there. We'll drop one at the top of the stairs there, and then we'll just cut across. Actually, we'll just insert a pole right in there. And right there. And then we can connect there, and that'll bring all you guys back to work. All right. Let's continue on here. And I'm trying not to grab the containers. I mean, no big deal if I do. I can just, pick the stuff up. So you were the one making the stators, and that means, yeah, you just got copper cable in you, or wire in you, so you can go. All of this can go bye-bye. All of that. What you doing here, buddy? Iron rod? No. Okay. That can go. That can go. Yep, that can go. Now, the really interesting thing is trying to remember what it is that I need to build. Because I don't have manufacturing yet, so that leaves, I don't have to worry about motors, but I am going to need motors soon. So I think what I'm going to do is, when I do my calculations, so I don't need, massive amounts of just rods and plates. I do still only really need the one bank of machines doing that, because, dimensional depot and all that fun stuff. Same thing with the screws. Do I have enough to do this? I need a Mercer sphere. Let's put that on the build planner. Let's lose the power storage. like so. There we go. Let's see if I have this stuff. Yeah, I got the Mercer spheres. Ooh, I have no space. Not need to be carrying any iron. Mercer spheres. This stuff. I need SAM fluctuator. What am I doing over here? My SAMs. I have a little SAMs location buried in somewhere. The hell are you guys? Oh yeah, that's right, my new concrete plant. Where is the Sams? The Sams is here. Hello, Mr. Sams. Why am I not making any fluctuator? What does fluctuator need to be made? Yes, this is ADHD Satisfactory. Needs to be made in the crafting bench, otherwise known as manufacturer. So, okay. So we'll take some of that. I'll just take it out of there. And let's head back upstairs. We're gonna have to go to the crafting bench to make it. Here's a set of stairs that really needs a little bit of support underneath. So we'll grab the inverted ramp, hit E, hold shift, or hold E, right click. That takes us to there, that takes us to there, and there. And we'll use the 2 meter here. There we go. That doesn't feel quite so unrealistically flimsy. Okay, to the crafting bench. Fluctuator. Wow, all that on me and I can make 16. How many do I need? 10. Okay, well that's enough for Dimensional Depot. And that is the one of that, I mean, honestly, once we get the phase completed, manufacturing is next on the list, so we can start doing that. What was I doing? I was putting one of these right there, and then we can hit it with the old one of them. There. Not something that you need really usually need a lot of, but ooh, don't have a lot of frames here. That might be a little bit. Yeah, don't have many of these either. Okay, and we're gonna go like that. And again, very carefully, just trying to erase the stuff. There's always something very satisfying as well as terrifying when you just start stripping down to the floorboards. You know, something that's been producing and is your production. Yeah. Because I am a little bit under the gun now. Now, there are places I can steal for materials, like I can steal iron ingots and whatnot from the steel plant because I'm using the alternate recipe there. But otherwise, okay, so what do we have underneath here? Do I have a staircase nearby? I thought I left myself one. Apparently, I accidentally covered it over. Yeah, there's the ramp I'm supposed to have. My man research is done. Let's go see what we got. I'm kind of hoping for the steel screw alternate recipe. All right, we can do 15 per minute or 5 per minute. Well, yeah, actually. Needs more screws and more steel plate, but it really does produce a lot more. So I'm actually going to grab that one there. Let's throw another hard drive in. Like I said, I would like to get the steel screw, just because, if I recall correctly, it's like 250 screws, as opposed to, you know, whatever the cast screw recipe does. Okay, so we're down here now. We have our iron all getting to... Nope, you don't need to be sent any direction at all right now, so we're just going to pull all of that out. Let's go into my inventory and make sure I have cleaned out my inventory of the excess amounts of iron. Did I just drop loot crates on the ground? Okay, I don't need these ingots. There's a loot crate down there, isn't there? I really hate having dismantle crates. Good lord, you're everywhere. Oh, okay, well, they're not underneath me. Didn't drop it, so, well, if it all just went away, that's okay by me. Okay, where are we? So, where do I want and how do I want to do this iron? And I'm thinking we are going to level out this platform here to that one. I mean, I didn't need to take that one out, but actually, you know what? This might be a prime time to replace all of these 4 meters with 1 meters. So let's just remove all of this. Yeah, there's some 1 meters in there, but yeah, I'm going to clear all of this stuff out. Like so. A little bit out of range there. That's all right. Yeah, I guess I do want to just kind of go like basically, yeah, all the way back to there. Okay. I can't reach. Okay, and that can go, that all can go. We're still making stuff, right, guys? So I'm just looking at my top right-hand corner there. I don't remember the number was. I should actually try to... So we're 487, 436. Like, I'm going to remember that. Okay, 488. Yeah, okay, they're still going up. Just very, very slowly. But certainly, I think, by the end of today's stream, at the very least, we will have what we need. All right. Let's get rid of this. Oops. And the railings. Okay, so what do we got going on down here? So the terrain cuts right across here. I kind of want to isolate this fella here. So let's do a little bit of wall work here. Let's try this. Let's go like that. Well, I have a ramp down there. So oops. Do I still stick with the FICSIT color? You know what I haven't changed yet? I haven't picked my own... Whoops, wrong button. I haven't picked my own kind of color, or the default color. It's still basically using this orange, which is, you know, it's a nice orange. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. That being said, as I got the project assembly swatch, I think I want to pick my own coloring here. So let's do a little edit on that. So that is my default color. So if I change it here, it will change it anywhere. So what do I want to do for my buildings? Do I want to go a little bit more red? Do I want to go with a green? Kind of a lighter shiny? So that's what that looks like. Oh, will that get on my nerves after a while? Put up some walls. I mean, I could just go beige. Go with a red. Not yellow. And I do like a nice kind of cleanish, maybe something warmer. What does that do to you? Yeah. Or, hang on, let's try this. That, I believe, that my concrete. So let's copy this and paste that hex code into there. Select the color. It's a bit dark. It is a bit dark. Let's brighten it up a little bit. And I think let's keep it in the warmish color. A little bit more this way. What I'm doing here is I'm looking over here and I'm going to try and get this tan. As long as, you know, my machines don't kill me in the meantime. All right. Eyedropper would be awesome. A little bit more brown. Yeah, where the heck? Just too bright. I want a little bit of color in there, but it's really hard to get. How does that look? Yeah, that's all right. Okay, there we go. All right. That way I can use both my concrete walls and my regular FICSIT walls here just a little bit more interchangeably so I can get some more kind of detailing. Yeah, okay. Oop, I can't get up there easily now because I took away all of my ramping stuff. So we'll just run and fail. Oh, I guess I can. Help me. I've fallen and I can't get up. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I'm going to go around in circles about 4 more times, I figure. And I'll eventually get up on top of that. You know, I could just put the damn concrete floor like I was going to anyway. Hey, look, now I can get up there. Oh, and man, research is done. Okay, now for the window. Yeah, I'm going to sill along the bottom. Yep, that'll work. I don't have roofs yet, do I? No, I'm gonna have to go buy me some reeds. Let's see what we can do for that. Let's first go see what hard drive we got, and I'll go see what tickies I've got. All right, what do we got? Then let's do a rescan. You people suck. Poopies. Poopies. Just really poopies hard drives. Okay. Let's, what else would I came over here for? Oh, tickets. I want to see if I can get my ruse. How many tickets you got? You only got 5 in you? And then what have I got left over here? Actually, do I have any on me? Why do I not see my tickets on me? Oh, there they are. 5. Okay. And 1. That should be enough. I don't need you guys anymore. I don't need you anymore. And I don't need you anymore. Everything else I'm keeping on me just because I'm not really producing it. Yeah. Okay, what do we got? Architectural. We have ruse. FICSIT ruse. I need 6. I have 6. Ugh. I need more. Oh, well, I could buy those.
No FICSIT Awesome Shop transactions constitute transferal of ownership. All product rights and ownership remain with FICSIT.
And I need 2 more tickets. Okay. Can I get 2 more tickets out of you? Not without going on a hunting trip. Ay, ay, ay. Oh well, I got the ruse for now. So I can at least do what I'm going to do. I can always use the customizer to change it up later. Which is what I will do. So we are going to grab our ruse material. There you are. And we'll put... Actually, let's go with that guy. And like that. Little architectural flair there. We need to have some way of getting the wires to go through, so we'll grab one of these and go like that, and then I could just pop you into place. Let's say right there. And then we can grab our angled walls. Do we have the angled walls? I really do. We hope we do. We do. Yay! Because then I can go boop, there. 1 meter like that. And then we grab you and we go like that. And then here I can go like that. And we can drop you down just a little bit. And then across here, we just fill you in nicely. Yeah. Let's just go with a solid wall here. And then we can grab our 2 meter. Like so. Same thing on this side. Yeah, the height's really a little bit different here, but that's all right. There. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, now for you, need one of those there. Let's hop up on this roof so we can finish it off. Finish it. And I'm gonna need one of those there. And a couple of guys here. And then an inverted one here. And let's have a look. I got a gap here. Sure. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna then come out this way. We can now start putting the rest of the floor in. And get it to concrete. Could use shiny concrete, but not gonna. Now where do I want to go from here? I think I'll just keep that lower section there. All right, let's start doing a little bit of numbers. I got to figure out how many smelters I'm going to need here. So we're currently producing 240. I will be trying to get it up. Yeah, case beam, that's what I need. So once we get the phase 5, the two priorities are the next level belts, which I believe that's the 4s I need. Which are the encased beams and the manufacturer. So those are the bits and pieces that I need. So right now I'm only doing 240. So I do want to be able to expand it to a 480. In fact, I think I'm going to build it to 480. So let's bring out the Satisfactory modeler. So let's start with iron ore, and we are going to base it on 480. No, I'm going to base it on the 240, and then I'll just double up when I set the machines up. So I'm making 240 iron ore. That iron ore is going into iron ingots, which gives me 240 iron ingots, which is 8 machines. So first thing is I'm going to need to set up 16 machines. Let's get this out of here. Now, where do I want to set up said 16 machines? Now, these guys are going to be very, very slowly emptying. Yeah, they're completely packed full, including, well, that guy's might as well be. I don't want to have that hump in my factory anymore, that little bit of dirt that's been sticking up in either location. So let's bring the floor this way. Like so. I'm also thinking about what, nice shapes and stuff to make on these things as well. Now, I don't think I'm going to be getting my smelters down here. That is a given. So I'm going to grab some stairs. So let's start with our smelters being along here, and we're going to keep everything that way, because again, I got all of this space out here to work with, and work with it I shall. I still haven't figured out fully how I'm going to encase things, but I'm going to kind of just build out the machines and then see what shapes I have and how I can make things interesting with the buildings. And all right, we're done over there. Let me just do a quick switch this guy to concrete. Let's go see what crap recipe we got this time. What you got for me? What do we got? Foundries, that's iron and limestone. I can kick my, oh, that's have I ever needed that much wire that fast? No, I think I'm gonna do another rescan, which has given me, these actually don't look bad. Huh. Could use both of these, to be honest. Well, good gracious me. Click to expand. What am I expanding? Oh, cool. So 120 steel ingots. That is a good question. That is a good question. I think I'm going to take this one. All right, let's try the dice again. 3 more goes. I'm not thinking it's going to go well. All right. Now, back to here. So that is all the way up against that. So what we can do is I'm going to leave this as like a courtyard. So that's going to stay the same. And then we can expand this way. Right alongside my whatever the hell it is I'm doing over here. I think that's all my printer conversion. And then we'll go that way. So just reminding myself that I have lots of space to work with, so don't cram everything in as tight as I normally do. And I think that's going to help me when by not thinking about the building that it's going to be. I'm not going to be concerned about, you know, can I make it fit? Instead, I'm just going to think about, you know, can I get all of my machines in place? Now, how far out here do I want to go? I want to go at least as far as that. So let's mark that edge. Right there. And then we'll go right to there. Which could go through there. And that could go to there. God, I just nearly ran right off the edge there. I definitely think I want to capitalize on this view. I go down there, I die. That is outside the area I'm allowed to breathe and exist. So there's something also a little, you know, fun about building over the abyss. Just don't stare into the abyss, because after a while, the abyss will stare back. All right, and keep going and going and going and going. So yeah, last weekend, I had a great weekend last weekend. Spent it with friends that I've known for 30 plus years. One of them was moving house and into a much nicer place, especially for their needs. So yeah, I got to spend 3 days with a whole gang full of friends and just having a great time and injuring ourselves and moving furniture. Of course, to have the assistance of 3 young men who were just amazing. As you can get through the contact clues, we are not young men. So yeah, it was awesome having those guys. But just really great opportunity to spend time with friends, especially after at the beginning of the year, we lost one of our friends. So it was very much, I think, necessary for ourselves. Okay, production smelter. So I'm going to set up 16 of these guys because, again, I can just double up that. But we'll do it in 2 bank. Maybe what I'll do, yeah, is I'll do it like a stacking thing. All right, where are you actually hiding or resting, as it may be? So let's put you there. You there. I have lots of room to move around. Yep, that'll go. So let's put you into place. Let's go set you up for the irony ingots. So now when I copy and snap you all into place, we're now gonna remove you guys because I completely screwed that up. I forgot to center it this way as well. Actually, let's go 1, 2. I'm gonna have that line there being for, yeah, we'll go like that. Again, I've got the space. Use the space, Luke. Okay, so that's set, and then let's turn our flashlight on so I have a chance of seeing what the heck I'm doing, and then I'm gonna go over to the center there. And I just spent all this time talking about spacing stuff out, so let's space stuff out. And, you know, talk like Seinfeld. Okay. You are correctly placed. Okay. Now you. Correctly placed. Correctly placed. Correctly placed. And all ready for the ingies. Okay. Now we can put in our floor holes. I guess it could have gone one further, but you know what? No. I still haven't figured out where daisy chaining the machines is. What are we doing here? 3.5 minutes. I want to have a quick look. So I'm going to try to remember not to put in the next hard drive right away. I'd like to see, because I'd really like to start daisy chaining these guys. But we can't do that yet. Or I can't do that yet because I haven't unlocked the technology and I'm not sure where it's hiding. In there somewhere. Where? I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's go. For now, though, we'll just put them right in the corners here. Like that. And then one there. Like so. Okay, we'll do that. Let's put our lifts in. Completely and utterly missed that one. Okay, backside. And power. Not sure if that's exactly how I lined it up on the, you know what, just go look. Yeah, over by 1. And when I over by 1, I mean on this line here, not there, over by 1. Then you plug into you. Okay, so that's a circuit. Now we can duck underneath. Think we're gonna have you have access here. Need some flooring for the logisticals. All right, so the iron come up this way. Oh, that looks almost perfect. I can actually wall all of that off. Yeah, let's do so. I'm gonna drop you down by a little bit, and then we're just gonna go boop. In fact, I can completely hide all of that nonsense. Right like that. Right like that. Let's put a corner in here, essentially. Nope, my name is done. All right, let's go see what the man's got to say for itself. And I really do want to figure out where the... Not electrical here, is it? Nope, but those are... billboards. Yeah, don't know where that is. Okay, what do we got this time? Automated speed wiring needs a manufacturer. Huh. Circuit boards, don't like that. Never need that much silica. What are you? Steel rod. You know what? I'm going to grab this one here. Just again, mostly for what I'm doing behind me is I can increase production quite a bit just by adding some of that copper that's not doing anything right now. So now, what about power? Is that somewhere in here? Do I have to? You know what? I might as well just research the damn things. There we go. So what do we got? Radio signal scanning, scannable object, hard drive. Okay.
Recipe unlocked. New quartz research.
Oh, radar. I should grab my radar. Okay, let's do that. Let's do the radar. Can I make... Oh, I can't make that many computers. I don't think I have even the recipe for computers yet, do I? Nope, so we won't be doing that. Never mind. You can't be here yet. Okay, so let's just burn off the last 2 hard drives here. Out through the back door. And back over to what we were doing over here. I was going to make... Yeah, so we're going to have a little access through here. I got a staircase just happens to be sitting right there for sampling. In fact, why don't we just come right all the way across? That's why. That's why we don't come all the way across, because that is not no bueno. There we go. That I can live with a little bit nicer, better, stronger, faster. Okay, so can I just get away with half foundations here? No. Oh, I know what I can do. I can be clever. I can use ramps that are shallow enough, like that, so that when I grab some concrete slabs, put one there, I squeeze in here. Yep, right like that, and then I can get rid of that. And there we go. Yeah, that's a nice little detail. All right. So, iron. Let's bring the iron up. What's right above here? That's a wall right there. I think if I come in right through here, so what we're gonna do again, I don't want anything to look weird, so we're gonna go to there. I want to do a little modicum of balancing here. So it's going to come out from here. Let's say you look around to here. So let's grab some splitters. I might as well put the splitters on the inside. I think that should be about right. Find out. And by right, I mean that I have the proper angling. Yep. And you need something to snap to. Like that. And then like that. And then I can go get rid of these guys, grab these two, like that, and like that. All right. All right, sorry, just doing a little, if you heard an echo there, it was just me doing a little sound check, making sure that my audio systems are still working and everyone can hear me. Let me just bring that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right, so that's one side. Let's do that on the other side as well. So again, we'll just go in facing. I need more floor so I don't fall to my doom. My doom. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. All right there. And I make any more weird noises. Oh, you have no idea. All right. And that goes there, and that goes there, and then that connects there. We grab our belty belt. As opposed to just the belt, it is the belty belt, and then we hold the control, and we snap, and control, and we snap, and we delete, and we delete, and we reconnect. And then we put the floorboard where you accidentally took away that no one saw. You didn't see nothing. Nothing! Okay, so that's gonna go out that way. We're gonna do a modicum of balancing here. Oh, that worked out rather well for me, and I did not intend it. I didn't even realize that I had the inputs that going in that direction. Ah, ah, I did me good. I did not. That actually was yeah. Totally planned that. Absolute doodlies. All right, let's get the belt to run this way. So we're going to come this way. I'm using now the straight, and what I want is I want the lift that's going to come out of there to kind of compress itself a little bit. That should do it. No, I got to come over by 1. So I think come over and that way by 1. So let's try that again. Into there, into there. And that is the wrong one. Into there, into there. There we go. Perfect. So then we grab another hole. And we'll keep it nice and clean, put it right there. And there we go. Okay. So that'll keep that nice and clean. I just need to connect between the two here. And they can, quite frankly, do whatever the hell they want, because no one will see it. Okay, so that will now get my iron flowing back into these guys. Now they just need some power. Hey, it is raining. All right, corners of buildings. Powers to corners of buildings. I think. Therefore I am a cop. I don't want to put lamps right here. Yeah. I don't want to. Actually kind of want to put lamps right here and right there instead. Means you are now redundant, my friend. Bump you into the post. Scoot. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, into the building. We need one of these, like so, and then we can just go boop. And right into there, you guys can now start producing. Okay, there, out of all of you, and let's just kind of give you your own space here. So you're gonna have your wall, interior wall there, and you're gonna have another wall here, like so. I should have a buffer here, shouldn't I? I'm thinking so. So how do I want to do this? I have an idea. I just need to figure out how to do it. Well, I know how to do it. I mean, how I want it to ultimately look. And why do the smelters look like they got new animations? Or have I just never paid attention to them before? That is entirely possible. Entirely possible. Okay. Yeah, I want it to run into a buffer. Which direction do I want that buffer to run out of? I think I want it to run over top of my head. So let's do a little bit of yuck, yuck, and yuck. No, let's go right back to our beam support. Yeah, those little fellas there. And I think I'm going to do is put one there, one there, one here, and one here. We grab a beam. Let's go up 4 meters. That's kind of your standard height. Because that means these lifts should be up at 4 meters. Yep. What's really hilarious is I still don't think I left myself enough space to do this. So we're going to maximize that little bit of space. So just put all these lifts underneath here. We're going to go to our merger, and we're just going to do the ugly connection like that, like that. Why are you guys all pointing? Oh yeah, no, you've got to point that way. No, that's right. Please point in that direction. You, though, I want you pointing in that direction. You, I want pointing in that direction. But the rest of you, point thusly. Because we're going to plug you into there, and then you go all into there. And there. And let's make a little wee platform. How do I want to do this? Let's grab a 4 meter, one of those. Drop that down to there. Get rid of all the excess stuff like that. I have a plan. Like that, because now I can go and grab into my organizational bag of tricks, grab one of these guys. Oop. And how have I got you lined up underneath for the beams? Because it's the beams that are the important parts. We're going to have to come back this way one. There we go. All right. Now, on top of that, let's see if I can make the jump. Yay, I made the jump. Whoop. Now I'm going to grab these guys. Now I can get rid of you. And you. And we make a nice little platform. Like that. Yeah. 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 One of them. One of them. One of them. One of them. You two go bye-bye. Like so. Beans. And like so. There you go. Just like that. Then in between the bunch of yas, we throw that there. And then I can just plug you into there, plug you into there. And just now start filling up a container full of iron ingots. What do I win? Alex. No. 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 You all suck. You all kind of suck. Yeah, I'm gonna get butt kiss. All the garbage hard recipes are coming out. Okay, they're not garbage, but they're not what I want or need. All right, you have a corner there. You have a corner there. Corner there and a corner there. Okay, so that's the smeltering. So I'm going to try and do it like I'm doing over here. I'm trying to make it all one big building with little kind of corridors running between the rooms so that you can duck in and whatnot. That is kind of what the plan over there is. I think what I'll do is I'll have all my iron show up here. So we're going to go that way for the rest of it. Now, what is the rest of it? Okay, back to the Satisfactory modeler. You know what? Hang on a sec. Let me do something here. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go to... So, sorry, I'm just setting up something on OBS here so that I can easily bring up the modeler screen. So I need to go like that. We're going to call this modeler. I know you guys cannot see a damn thing I am doing, but it shall all become apparent very shortly. Like that. And I go here. Why you no fit good? All right. I think you guys can see what I'm doing here. There we go. So I can do that flippy flip there. Okay. So 240. What do I need? I need under the iron. I need iron rod. I need iron plate. I need screws, but we're using the cast screws because I didn't get my steel screws, you buttheads. Then after here, we have our motor stuff. So we need our stator. There. Which has nothing to do with the iron and everything to do with the steel. That's not a problem. So we'll just put you off to there. Oh, sorry. We need first frames. Now, what do I have in the way of frames? And let's see, for recipe, modular frame. Okay, so I've got quite a few. The bolted frame seems to be my best bet, so that's what I'm going to use. So we're going to grab the bolted frame. Just because it gives me 5 per minute. As opposed to the 2 per minute. So I want that 5. It's going to use screws, but that is okay. All right, then we need the bolted, no, let's go with plate in my search. So back to the modeler. So plate, we're going to look for, there we go, open in codex. Yeah, I do have the bolted iron plate. So bolted iron plate is right here. And for carrying on, we are going to take a quick break though. I'm going to do a quick bio break. We'll come back. We'll finish calculating out our recipes. Stay tuned. And I'm back. Hello, did you miss me? Oh, that's a very needy question, isn't it? Okay, what were we doing over here? We were making some frames. We were making some of them. We're going to move those down the line a little bit. What's next? The next thing is now the rotors. What have I got in the way of rotor? For recipes, 4 per minute, 5 per minute. That seems very similar to the stator recipe, doesn't it? That's interesting. That is interesting. Okay, so I'm looking at if we look here back at Satisfactory, let me turn the modeler off. We actually have 5 per minute. It gives me 1 more per minute than the regular recipe. And it used the exact same materials as the stators. So I think what I'm going to do is use my alternates for these guys. Yeah! Do I have enough steel production for doing that? I will have to look. But I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so back in the old modeler here. That means I need my rotor, but it's going to be the steel rotor. So that can go up there. And the only reason I'm considering this is because I do have that copper node directly underneath the where the vehicles are coming in. Okay. What all are we going to need? So let's start putting in here and seeing what I can get out of these guys. So that's going to be 5.3, 2.67, and 6.4. I need some of you to go into there. I only want... Actually, let's clear that connection here. So this is going to give me 15. So let's lock you down to 15. This recipe is going to give me 5. So let's lock you into 5. So we can go like this. And I can go like that. Then I want to go like that. You go up to there. Re-bolted plates. I just want you to come out with 15 of these. So that would be 2 of you. One of you. What am I doing here? I'm going 15. Ah. Yeah, well, let's just do that, and then I'll rebalance and figure it out my own. Okay. Let's do these guys here. So we're gonna. Oh, I could use iron wire. You know what? But I have copper. I don't really have the excess iron, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. 5 stators. I should also add to this my motors, because that's where the stators and the rotors are going to go, and I want to make sure I have enough of these guys. So that is 5 motors per, which is unfortunately a lot of a lot and a lot of a lot. Oof. Ouch. That's a bit owie. That's a bit owie. So I'm going to need 2 of these, so doubling up everything here. Okay. I swear to God, sometimes this thing just really makes my life difficult. And I could do all of this built out of iron if I really, really wanted to, couldn't I? Alright, don't really need a lot of steel ingots. So I'm probably average abundance. I'll check out what my steel's doing. 2 of those should be fine. So I'll do is I'll kind of set this up in the back corner. Yeah, okay. Let's get back into the game and let's try to figure this out. So I'm going to ignore the motors and stators and stuff like that for now, and I'm just going to focus in on these guys. And try to figure out how I can... Because I don't really need that many rods, that's for sure. You're only doing 15? Alright. Let's have a look at the game here. So let's go into our rods. Currently I'm making 15 rods per minute. So that's all I want on that line. So we're going to do that. Then iron plate. We're doing 20 per minute. 20 times 4 is 80, so let's say we do 80. That should give me more than enough. I'm sorry, just kind of going back and forth between the two. So the modeler. So I need just one of these, eh? Maybe let's do 2 of these. We'll do... And by these, you guys can't see, of course, because that's the way I roll. Jeepers creepers. All right, I need to kind of do... Yeah, the modeler doesn't allow me to do any much extra. So let me grab some machines here. Let's put an assembler down there. And what have I got? So we're using bolted frame. So I need 7.5 reinforced plates. So we're going to select our recipe. So that's going to make 15. So I only need 1 of these for the reinforced plates. Okay. That's going to be 90 plate per minute and 250 screws per minute. So let's grab a constructor. So iron plate is 20. I don't remember what I said. 90? Did I say 90? So yeah, 4.5. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 4.5 of these machines. So 5 of these machines. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we're going to put the constructors for the steel plate in right here. So we'll grab you. And we're going to line you up nice and spaciously. So a little bit like we did back there. Sorry, distracted here. Just give me a sec. All right, sorry. All right, yeah, so I'm gonna plop you. 1, 2. I want to base it off of here, so let's do this. I'm gonna put that there. Then I'll grab you. and then figure out where you need to be from there. Yeah, that sounds fair. Too close, just right. And that puts you right on that center line. Excellent. Okay. Good. Do I need any space between you guys? How many am I doing? I'm doing 5 of you. Right? Yes, 5. Which reminds me, I need to do some math. I only actually need 4.5 divided by 5 is 90%. So you only need to run at 90%. Thank you very much. Which would put you at 18 per. What is 90 divided by 5? 18. Perfect. The math checks out. All right, now, how much space do I need? So I only need 5 of you. I don't really, it seems a little bit excessive to put a full foundation in between. So, yeah, we'll just do that. And then we'll add one more. Like that. And we can then boopity, boopity, boopity. Like so. All right, let's get some iron ingots out of the old buffer here. So we're gonna grab a conveyor lift hole. And I'm thinking I'm gonna put it off to the side here. It should have more than enough room to make the turn. Let me just quickly look underneath, make sure I'm not... Yeah, see, there you go. That's exactly what I thought I was about to do. There we go. Can I get out through still? Not very well. Oop. I got room to come over to this side. Let's do that. Put that foundation back. Let's actually come out to the outside here. Like that. Okay. Whilst I am down here, let's get these 5 going. Like so. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go clear there. So I'm just kind of clearing everything up on the other side here to rebalance my what's-its. So I'm doing... How many of these am I actually doing? Wait a minute. No, I need 90... I need more than that. I actually need... Let's do a straight 6. Yeah, no, I'm going to change the... Okay, hang on. Hang on. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm gonna redo a little bit of work here. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of these, and I'm just gonna have it recalculate. So we're gonna have iron rod, iron plate, and cast screws, and see where that leaves me. Okay, so that's not enough here, but that's an even distribution. I certainly don't need 80 because these rods aren't going into anything else, but I need 45 here, which actually means I need 15, so I'm going to do, so that's 90. So we're going to output 90 here. Okay. No. 90, please. Iron rod. How many do I make per minute? So one machine makes 15. So you know what? Let's say we have 30 coming out of that, which is 2 machines. Okay, so we're getting there. Now the number of screws that I need is 125 plus 140, so 265. So let's just say a straight 300 here. It's not enough. I have just enough plate with those 4.5 machines. Can I do 15 here? I'm thinking yes. Oh, no, I'm actually down to 225. What happens if I go to 30 here? Back up to 30. Yeah, see, that's at 240, so that's my maximum. If I say I actually want 105, right? Plate, how much is it per machine? So iron plate is 20 per minute. So if I have 5 machines, that's an extra 10. Let's just say 100. So, or I can do 120. Yeah, I need to use a lot more iron plate. So let's say 120. So that's 6 machines there. I still can't get over that. So I am shy a little bit here. But here's the kicker. I actually have more access to iron in my on the steel side, but I don't have access to that iron because I'm maximizing it. Oh, the balance. Bum. I don't ever really need that many screws, so I need 265. If I reduce this down to 15, that gets me up to 100. Screws. So my cast screw is 50 per, so that's 6 machines. So if I do, yes, that drops me down to 250. I think this is probably going to be my best numbers with this belt. And yeah, so it's 8 of these feeding. I think that's going to be my best value, man. Otherwise, if I break the connection here, I need an extra 30. I need one more smelter to get me my real numbers. And if I take this back up to 30, like so, $285. So I need an extra 45. I need an extra 1.5 smelters worth of iron. Can I get that? Let's have a look at what we're shipping in right now. I think I can actually pull this off. I think I can. At least until we get our next tier of belts. So yeah, see, you're full of iron. Yeah, I absolutely can. So let's add 2 more smelters. We're going to give ourselves lots and lots of smeltering. So let's pull that wall out of there. Let's pull that wall out of there. And let's throw 2 more of these guys in. Which it'll be easy. So I put one of those there. I put one of those guys here. Which way did I face you? Did I face you the wrong way? I did. I did indeed. How are we doing? Oh, we're almost there. Almost there. And what I'm talking about is on our space elevator bits and pieces. Okay, so we're gonna go like that. And then we're gonna put you to there. You to there. Like so. So an easy expansion. I actually can just go like there. And that can go like that. And that can go like that. Okay, so that means I now have to bring some iron from over there. Which we can do underneath. So let's pop back on underneath. Because here's the iron line way over here. You're iron, right? Yeah, you are the iron line. And then what I'll do, I mean, you guys are all stuck right now anyway, but what we'll do is I'll merge you in there. Okay, so we're going to split off. From here. First, we're going to make sure it's all nice and neat. I'm just using that as a guide. I'm sliding along the belt, but I do want to... that's not going to work, is it? No. Not so easy. So we'll just go like that. And then we can just grab some beltage. Let's see where we can line you up. That's going to be too tight, but not if I go to the normal defaulty, and you will stretch to there. You will stretch to there. And then I go back to straight. So we can go like that. And then I can grab a merger, and that should snap into place. And just make sure it's a merger. Like that. And that gives me my extra iron. Now, I do have to plug the machines in, so we're going to need to go back upstairs and put the backside in. They do need a bit of supply. So you... and you. Oh yeah, I did have my one more hard drive. Let's go check that. Oop. Oh, wet concrete. No, that's a good one for getting rid of water. I'll take that one. Oh, it's gotta sneeze. Oh, sorry. Had a bit of a sneezy going on there. Okay, where are we? What are we doing? Who are you? All you people, what are you doing in my house? Hard drive. Do I have any more left? I have none left. I got butkus. I got meth. I got a pocket full of meth. All right, let's move these walls over. So that's the new outside wall. Let's get you guys fed. So I can move on to the rest of me iron production. You are not in the right place. I think I was gonna sneeze and I put it in the wrong place. There we go. And there we go. Okay, back downstairs. That means you have to go. I'm going to plug you into there. Plug you into there. Grab our belt, and we'll go to normal. Like that, yep. And then we go like that. Now I can take my splitter, that'll snap into place, that'll snap into place. Just have to do a little bit of corrective surgery on these two. Like so. And like so. Good morning, the Frame 21. I hope it hasn't been long since you left your message. Sorry, I just noticed it there on the chat. You know what? I'm operating on 4 screens and I still don't have enough. I still can miss that. I hope you're having a great day. Just rebuilding my iron mine this morning. Or my iron productions. Just trying to get it all cleaned up. It was a bit haphazard based on kind of what my original needs were. So I thought I'd come in and just do a little bit of tidying up. So right now I just got all my smelters working and I'm now going to start moving into the rest of my production lines. All right, and then that is not the right height, so we're going to redo that. I think into, was it there? Was that, or is that the exact same as I just did? That is the exact same as I just did. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. That is the correct height. There we go. All right, so that's going to flow ingots now down. So I've got a mine of 240 maxed out here now. I'm borrowing a little bit from the other line. And that means we can now start distributing ingots underneath. All right, so ingots are coming in through there. Of course, I put that belt right in the way, but that's fine. Now, how many ingots am I actually dragging out of here? Am I I'm dragging 285. I'm gonna have a bit of a problem with that. Am I? No, I'm not. Because I am going to... I got 2 outputs on that container, and I'm going to use that as the splitter. So I'm only just going to tie these into over here. Yeah, okay. So let's get these guys now hooked up. So we're going to need a reference. So we're going to put our splitter, we're going to run you that way. Down to here. And we should be able to take that belt. Make sure you're not on straight, but on default. So you bend the correct way. Yes, yes. And then I can go like that, and go like that. And then we go up to 7, and we hold the control so we get our snaps. I need to reprogram those guys upstairs, and I need to add an extra one. That's right, because I'm increasing production by the 1. Okay. Probably should have another set of stairs closer to. Whee! So let's get a 6th member of the band in. Like so. Let's make sure you guys are all going in the right way. All right, what are you programmed up for? You need to go max production, Control C, and Control V, Control V, Control Vector, Boom. Vidivishi. Okay, now you gents will probably want some power because you know you're all just a little bit complaining that way. Wonder how my electricity is doing. Well, I've actually, that's a good question considering I've ripped out a good chunk of production, but we'll find out in a minute. Let's get you guys connected back up like that. We will jump across the wall here. So in our power, double-sided, we'll put you there. And you there. Like that. And then you can come over and just go across like that. There we go. Okay. Pardon me. Okay, now back underneath. It's gonna be real interesting when I manage to figure out how the hell I'm gonna end up doing all this. Okay, there, Mr. Bond. Why are you bitch? What do you mean too steep? What's going on here? Huh? What's going on here, Bella? What's the matter there, big guy? Okay, no, alright. Let's not have a panic. Everything's fine. It's all working out exactly right. Alright, now let's put these guys back in. And get you back in. And then now we can bring these fellas over. So we're gonna line you up right there. You need to come down one tiny little bit more so we can run you to there. And nah, I'm not gonna have that kind of a little bridge for that long. We're just gonna do this instead. We'll just bridge this tiny little gap right there. That's better. Which way are we running? Oh, bugger. Why did I do it? I don't remember how it was. Let's just do it again. But better. Alright. Okay, so now when you come out of here, first thing you're gonna do is we need to go to there. Then we can jump down to there. Then we go up. Yep, that's as tight as it's gonna get. Okay, all right, and then we can go back to straight. Let the ingots flow. Ingots are not flowing. Why are ingots not flowing? Hello. Probably because I haven't connected the ingots to flow. There we go. All right. Let the ingots flow to our steel plates. So we're going to produce 120 steel plate now. So now I need to set up 6 screws. And 2 rod. So let's go see what we got going on upstairs for that. Stairs. There they are. We'll gather you guys shortly. Like I said, I'm gonna probably have just like a little shack or something here to collect my iron, or maybe along this wall here. No. What I'll do is I'll have a white quarter here, and then this wall will line for the iron down here. So let's do and start thinking about this. So let's grab the industrial storage. And I don't really want to do like dedicated warehouse for everything because just honestly, the piping and the running of that is a bit of a pain. I'm still not ready to start dumping all of my excess into the sink because I still want to get some value out of the high-end ticket items. Okay, so we'll put the 3. So that's our rods, screws, and plates. Then we'll skip. That'll be our frames and our bolted plates. Let me try to... Let's clean this up a little bit, I'm thinking. They really are an awkward spacing, aren't they? Yeah, okay, well, we'll just do it the way I was doing it. A little something like that. Okay. All right, so let's get some signage now. I'll just go grab a copy of this one because it's already formatted correctly. So you go there, you 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 there, and Modas will go here. All right. So down here, you are no longer steel pipe. You are my plates. Iron plate. It's not spelled with a P, it is spelled with, or a B, it is spelled with a P. Iron plate. You know what? I have a madness to my method. Have no fear. Oops. Because now I just have to change this and rod. And I can copy you. We'll call and look for the screws. Let's call these the cast screws so I know which recipe I'm using. Okay, then over here. What are you? You are my reinforced plate. Reinforced iron plate. But you are in fact bolted iron plates. You are name him. Is it modular frame? What is your recipe? Frame. The recipe I have is bolted frame. Okay, so that is the one I'm using. So all I have to do is change your icon to frame. And bolted iron frame. Okay, and we come over to here, and I'll leave those guys for a second. Okay. Whee! All right, the question is now where am I going to put all the rest of the stuff? I think I'm going to go over here. Yeah, so we'll put a nice wide, we'll just put a regular sized divider in between these fellers. Ooh, yeah. Let's go like that. Because I don't need this much space over here. All right, so what do I got? I got 6 constructors for screws. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Let's try this. Let's do something really funky here. First things first is let's put down our floor hole. So we have our reference point, and then we can go grab our constructor. We'll get a nice clean one here. So you sit there. That means that line is there. Perfect. All right, so you are going to do... steel screws already. I have steel screws. Do you see this, people? I've been chasing a recipe that I already have because I already have steel. That changes a lot. Okay, back to the modeler. That changes a lot. Literally, that changes everything. So I'm going to disconnect. Clear connection. In fact, let's just delete this guy right out of the gate. I'm going to clear this amount here. 240 coming in, 120, 120. I still want you to be 120. I don't need you being that much. Really still only need you to be 2 machines worth. That's 15, 30. 45? $60? There we go. So I'll do 4 of those then. Now for the steel screw, I need a whopping 1.02 machines. Yeah. Okay, I think I got this figured out now. So I just need to grab myself steel beams, which I've got probably in excess of. Okay, so that means I don't need to do the supplemental iron. What I need to do is just bring over some steel beams. So let's get over here. We can pull this out, which actually is kind of nice because it allows me to clean some stuff up then. So we can take care of all of this. Let's get rid of these guys. Ugh. Here. The ugh is from my aim, by the way. Let's do that, and then we can go like that, and then we have nice and clean. All right, Mr. Beam, where are you? You are right there. You are coming out right here. Very slowly. Can I improve you? At all? Alright, why are you guys running slow? Yeah, you're all good. What are you doing? You're still doing that. Okay, you're good. What's happening over here? You're good? You're full. You're good. You're full. Steel pipe, making more than I could possibly imagine. Steel beam. I am making a whopping 45 steel beams. That gets me my extra 5. I think that should be okay. What would I need if I didn't? Oh, sorry guys, I'm leaving you on the wrong screen. Duh. Sorry, I'm just gonna pop back there. What would happen if I just went steel beam? I went steel ingot. And then I went like that, so I need 20 and 20. 20 coal. I might, I don't know if I'm better off with my screws of separating them like this. I think I might be, to be perfectly honest. Because, you know, I already calculated on my machines here the balance. So let's do that. Yeah, let's take all that out. We're going to make the screws as an independent. We'll move coal and iron over as need be, because yeah, we'll do our steel screws right in here. Okay, yeah. So let's do the screws next, just because it's on my mind. The rod is, you know, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So we're gonna come out to here. We're going to have the next wall here. And I actually don't mind the idea of this tying into here. This will be the tie-in point between these guys. So let's just do this. I'm going to replace... Let's grab some windows here. I think I'm going to keep this as an open... No, it's not going to work that way. Yeah, no, that could be an independent building. No, I'm still going to... I don't know. I'm struggling with this one here. Why is that foundation up higher than the others? I don't know. What was I doing? Oh, I got to come all the way out to here. There's going to be much redesigning on that. Okay, let's just get this damn stuff done. Okay, so I need one refinery, or foundry, I should say. So we'll point you there. No. We're going to turn you around. And put you right here. Because then I can take the constructor. Line up the backs here. Like that. Point you like that. Point you like that. And then I can just go like that. Okay, so you're going to be making me my steel beams. You are going to be making me molded steel beams. I don't want to bring the limestone in. Just do me some regular ingots. In fact, again, I don't need all of you. I need 20.38, so we're just going to say 21 per minute. And I might as well throw the iron I have in my pocket in there. Okay. So here, you put in one of these, and there. You're just a little too far away, aren't you? Need little short belty sections here. Okay, so now we gotta pop back downstairs again in the world's furthest staircase. I gotta put more stairs in, more access points. You know. There we go. Okay, so hole right there. Coming out right there. Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Iron. It's right here. Nope, that's not the iron. Where's my iron going? Come along, iron. Where are you? You're right here. You're going up there. You're coming down here. You're going into here. You are going to come out right there. Okay. So, we do that. And we do that. And then we run all the way down to here. Where the belt won't reach. So we'll just go straight. Then we'll plug you in there. And then the coal can go into there. Okay, now for power. You don't step off the edge. That's one thing we don't do. Yeah, foundation. This is going to be a real joy untangling this mess. I can tell you that right now. All right. Why am I up here? I'm up here to connect power to the next section. That's why I'm up here. And I probably went right back down because parachute sucks. Okay, so let's grab our power connection, which will go there, and then that can go there. And then you can have a power pole right between you two, which is connected there. Where's your power connection? Your power connection is there. So we'll go like that. We'll go all the way up to here. And there. And of course, your power connection is way the hell back here. Like that. That can go into there. All right, everyone got power. You don't need to be there. We'll worry about whether you're going in a minute. Okay, you don't need to be doing that many. What do you actually need? You need, let's say, 5.2 of these. All right. Yep, numbers are all matching up. Okay, so now I need... Oh, wait a minute. I should probably have done this a little... I'll rebalance these guys in a second here. Okay, so now I need 2 constructors. Let's make sure you line up with this guy. And we'll move you down. And how far down do I want to go? Maybe not that far. Let's come back to there. Or there. No, let's go there. And then I'll put you in beside. Like that. And we need a splitter, of course. And we'll lift you up. All right, what am I actually... Oh, you are not the right recipe. Let's get you into steel screws. We'll see. And Control V. How many do you need? You need steel beams, 5 per minute. I am definitely overproducing on the screws, so let's... 260. I'm thinking of dragging you guys both down a little bit. Let's say to... What do I actually need? I need 125 plus 140, so 265. Which is just slightly more than that. So if I make both of you... Because again, I don't need a lot of screws. If I make you both 55%... 56%? 54%? 20%? See, now I'm not producing enough. What's my target? 265. Okay, I gotta do some math here. 265 divided by 2 is 132. So if I do, let's say, 150 each, that should be about right. Yes? So we'll go 150. That leaves me wanting 2 points, so let's say 3 steel beams. 60%. Can I get round numbers? I don't like these weird ass numbers. So 60. And why can I not see my microphone? There we go. So 60, that's nice and easy. Yeah, 3 beams per minute, so total 6. Yeah, okay. A little bit of adjustment on the one machine, not a problem. Perfect. Yeah, 60% each. Okay, good. That gives me the screws I need for the machines that I have, plus a little bit extra to feed back into my system. That means I just need to go over here, set you to 6. So I want 6 of you guys per minute, which means I want 24 of the ingots. Like so. And we're good. All right, that's going to give me my screws. Once I get some power out to you guys. Fortunately, I have a line right here. Helps if I put them in the right place, like that, and then we can connect. And connect. Yay! Okay, so that is the screws. Let's go finish off the rods. So those were over here. Eventually going to be. What are you? Here's the plates. You're the ingots. Yes. Yes, use the ingot, use the plate. Okay. That means in here. Let's do that. So we're going to have two machine here. So we need constructor, 1 machine, 2 machine, 4 machine, 4 machine, 4 machine, 4 machine, 4 machine. Yes? No. Yes. Yes. We're gonna have 4 machines right in here. So we're gonna go and make sure, of course, we always have enough space for everything. Yeah, that's about where I wanted you. That's about where I want you. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and 4. I do have a walkable hallway here. Yes, 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 yes. No idea how I'm going to do the buildings. I'm really going to be starting. I have the concept of a concept, but nothing beyond that. Okay, so what are you doing? You're just going to do straight up iron rod. Nothing fancy about you. Everything ordinary and boring. Right? Right. Okay, so you need to be fed. So you go there. There, there, and there. Haven't calculated how I'm moving things underneath, but that is not a problem for right now. That is a problem for much later. And string some power lines. I really should be stringing the power underneath, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. So let's connect and put a power line there. Let's find our way back up again. Just about screwed myself there. That looked like I intended to do that. I did not intend to do that. That was, oh shit, there's nothing underneath me. I should probably hit my chute and hope for the best. So let's just try to keep from doing that again. Again, stepping off into the abyss. Not a good plan. All right. That is your... Where did that power line I just dropped go to? It's close. It's right there. And then you gotta go there. Suppose I can just scooch you along to here. I mean, I might as well run the power lines underneath, right? Right? Okay, where are me ingots? Ingots. Ingots are flowing somewhere. The ingots are flowing right there. So ingots are coming along here, coming along to here. I guess I might as well just put a... Yeah, I guess I'll just put a splitter right here. We'll have to reconnect. Yeah. Okay, now I just have to do the usual connection. Put those in temporarily so I get the snap point. There we go. Then we can remove these two. Remerge them up. Or reconnect them, and there we go. Yep, not getting through that hole. And back we go. You are probably full. Yes, you are. Okay. I think I forgot to connect the ingots underneath. What are you guys carrying? Oh, you those. Okay. How we doing? Oh. We got all of our smart plates. All right, so let's shut this down. In fact, let's get rid of this stuff. Like that. And let's put some splitters in. Like that. And then we'll just plug you into there. You can go into there. We're going to copy you and paste you. And turn you on. And it looks like you're out of steel beams. So let's throw some steel beams in there. And that's why it stopped. We can go get some more. That's assuming I'm still producing some. Yeah, I got a full container. That's good. So we'll just grab a bunch of those, run them back over here. I will have to clear the line. There we go. So let's do that. Act. This needs to be ugly. I don't care. It can be ugly. I just want to get those done. Final steel beam. Because you are full of that. That's fine, no steel beam. All right, let those versatile framework flow. Let's turn you up a little bit. We'll just crank them out. Zippity quick. Gonna go grab some more beams, throw them in there just to make sure I have enough. So we'll just... oh, you know what? I'm gonna throw these smart plate into the sink. They're not super high value, but they got some value, so... Because I would really like to get my asphalt roofs. Smart plate. Let's put you into there. Not sure why I haven't upgraded this build ever. Yeah, it's only a couple of thousand per plate. Yeah, it didn't even get me a single freaking ticket. Yuck. Okay, where were we? We were somewhere over here doing something, thinking about our versatile framework that is now properly loading up. Are you doing everything I wanted to do? Yes? Yes. Okay. Excellent. So, got my screws. I have got my rods and I've got my plates. Yeah, okay. So, that means I now can do my assembler for my reinforced plates. All the way. All the way. Okay, just trying to get a feeling for the space. See how it's gonna look. I mean, one of the advantages of doing these hallways is that I can pass material over the heads like that. Okay, so then they can come here. I can get rid of you. I am going to continue this wall here. Cross like that. Okay, so that means we do our two little fellas, or independents, our frames and whatnots. I mean, it looks like motors and everything and stators and whatnot are going to be all down here. Okay, so let's wall off this room. And then we'll have it right here. Okay, so assembler. Let's go right to there. Yeah, like that. You are going to be doing what? You're going to be doing me iron bolted plate. Yes. Yes, that's what you are doing. Which means I need a bunch of... Oh, really? Rats. I don't have quite enough. 14? I mean, 14? 14 and a half? No, 14 point, so let's say 96% even. There we go, 96%. So I can make 14.4. That is still enough for what I need for my frames, which is going to be right next to it. I am going to need to split the two. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to change the balances on those machines. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, screws. What are you doing? I need you actually to be... Oh, I can do 240. So I want 240 out of you. Yeah. Yeah? Yes. Gonna go like that, and then we're gonna go like that. Pardon me. And then we're gonna go across, and then we'll grab our wall hole and disguise it. Conveyors in disguise. Yes. Okay. And then we grab another one. Or beside him. And get you roughly centered the same way. I really did a hash-up job of centering this guy, but I did line him up like, so I'm okay with it. I can balance you out a little bit better, like that. Like that, because now I can take your lift. Like that, and then we go into... Oops. No, I gotta come out the other side. I come out from here. Yeah, so I'm gonna come out from a splitter here. One, two, lift it up. Nice and tight, and then you go in like that. The other side, I do have to get it to the basement somehow. We'll just go right. So if I hit the right buttons, let's just say right there. So if you point the belt or conveyor the right way, there we go. Okay. So that's going to be the excess. Then you split off here. You're going to go into my bolted frame. I'm using the bolted frame, right? Yes. Yes? Yes. We're doing 5. Which is exact. Perfect. Okay. So now I just need to set you up to a lesser amount. So you only need to be 140. Like that. Is this all my screw production? Yes, it is. I need to split some of these screws off. So we're going to increase you just a little bit. Just a little bit longer. I'm doing 6. I'm making a whole 6 per minute. If I'm making 6 per minute, you are using 4.16. User, ooh. I need more. I need 7.5, which is exactly 50% out of you. Where are you? I need more than that, though. What if I just went like 260? I can't dump 260. Best I can do is 240. Best I can do is 240. You're doing me 140. I do need screws somewhere else. You look like you're stuck. Okay, so let's increase you to 200. So that's 3.846. So let's say 4. Let's say 8.5. Let's make 8.5. Can I do 8.5 out of you? 8.5. Easy. Easy. Just go straight up 60. That's 9 per minute. I got more than enough. I need 36 ingots per minute. Can I do that? Easy. I go 36. That's 80%. Not a problem. And I got the coal and the iron for it. Okay, we're good. So some of yous is going to need to split, and that's going to have to be from you because he's already occupied. So we're going to go like that. I'm actually... No, we're going to do our... We're going to be clever here. And I'm going to rotate you. And I'm going to get you in alignment right here. And then lift you up. Because now I can point you that way. Connect you up. Grab one of you. And then you can go into there. Grab a floor hole. I am going to need to send some of these screws back to storage. I do need some small amount of screws. That is not far enough away. Let's move you back to there. And then we can come up to here. Like that. There we go. Okay. You are still waiting for your iron plates. Put a door here. And I'll put one here. So all of my iron plate is coming down to here. I need it to go down to there. So we're going to move you guys this way. Yeah, so we're just going to do like this all the way down. Grab some mergers, which will point what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the green arrow. Like that. Like that. Run some belts. Got a better idea. Have I got a different idea? Nah, we'll just drop her down. Nothing underneath my feet. Nothing underneath my feet. Let's put a retroactive floor hole in. Oh, hey, Valius. Again, really got to pay attention up there. Just noticed you. Nowhere near aluminum. I haven't even got manufacturing unlocked yet. So I'm just rearranging my iron production while I wait. Oh, and it's done. The thing that I've been waiting for is finally done, and that is that we got the last of our space elevator products. So we are ready to send the next batch up and increase our our speeds, as well as our unlocking the manufacturers, so I can get motors. So that worked out rather well. So let's run up here. Let's find the control panel, because it seems wrong not doing it at the control panel. Okay, so you're ready to go. You're ready to go. You are ready to go. Let's load all of this up.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and FICSIT's faith in you will be strengthened.
While this is working, I'll be right back. Okay, that has unlocked our next phase. That is excellent. Let's get back out of photograph mode. Sorry, I had to take a quick break there.
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For FICSIT.
All right, let's see what we have unlocked now in our tiers. So tier 5, jetpack, yes. Oilable, yes. Logistics, yes. Fluid packaging, that, yes. Liquid biofuel is definitely something I want, which is there, so that's circuit board. Industrial manufacturing, that I think needs to be the next one. The Mark II blueprinter, don't really mind on that. Don't really have to worry about that yet. Okay, so in order of importance, I know I still have this here because it's the freaking jump pads. You know what? Let's just clear it. There, now I don't have to worry about it. All right, tier 5. So what are we going to do next? What next
jump pad
is
high technology and innovation for optimized factory traversal and an ideal travel experience. Clarification. Ideal travel experience not guaranteed. Individual results may vary. Pioneers are responsible for all workplace accidents resulting from jump pad usage.
totally screwed up? I just realized motors are assemblers. Oops. Oh, all of my numbers are so wrong. No, they're not. Because I calculated it with those. I haven't done the rotors and motors yet at all anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, so I'm going to get... yeah, so I'll think what I'll do is in order of... Yeah, because I need rubber to unlock the Mark IV. So we're going to do oil processing. Because I do have an oil well nearby. Because that'll give me plastic and rubber. The jetpack gives me flights. And then I want the liquid biofuel, which I'm also going to then work out of, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert my old bio power into rubber and plastic and biofuel. And I should be able to get a reasonable amount out of there, because I think I need heavy oil residue for the biofuel, if I'm recalling correctly. Yeah, so we're going to do oil processing. We're going to go logistics, because I want the faster belt, and that'll also give us our truck. Ooh, we get the fluid truck. Ooh, yeah, because there's oil wells that I can put onto the road. Yes, yes, yes. You get to play with the new one. That gives us our new Mark IVs. Then we'll do our power. Okay, yeah. So oil processing is next. You know what? I can probably get most of this. No, I can't, because it's not back yet. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's, keeping in mind, yes. Okay. Anyway, let's finish getting some of these guys hooked. What do you do? You're just a rod. Okay, let's finish getting our frames and shit stuff. I get a bad. What are you? You're my iron ingot. That means my iron plate is over here. This should be my iron plate. Yes, 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 you are. So iron plate is already going downstairs. Which means I can grab you. And get you connected. Okay, let's get back to the MAM or the hub. Because now I can do the next one. All right, so let's throw some of you in, throw you in, throw you in, throw you in. Go get the rest. How are we doing over here anyway? Yeah, we're doing all right. Grab a couple hundred of those. Let's grab 200 of those. Let's go grab some copper. Grab some copper sheeting. And then I need to make a couple of motors. Do I have... I'm gonna need to make some stuff first. Alright, so how many motors can I currently make? 100. Okay, that's fine. How many do I need? 13. Come on, let's get her done. And I'll let it make a couple of extras. And close enough. All right, motors. Encased beams. Those thingies. These thingies. Push the button, Kronk.
Milestone reached. Crude oil can now be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable pioneer such as yourself surely understands that. To improve efficiency, pipelines can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput. These were initially left out because FICSIT did not want to overwhelm pioneers with complex pipeline management, but they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of your capabilities.
I never know when she's even complimenting me, whether she's still insulting me, isn't she? Okay, there we go. So I just want to get these two guys going at long last. So let's get our way. I'm gonna have to really do some serious kind of organization here. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm just ignoring it. All right. So that's where my... What's it come down? Can I just put a staircase here? I don't think it's a great place for one, but you know what? I need something here temporarily. I need to see where the hell I am. Alright, so you are you. We are we. Oy, oy, oy. I mean, I wouldn't die down there, but it'd be a hell of a climb back up, which is why I'm really quite happy that I'm about to unlock the jetpack. Because that actually means getting around so much easier. And I can also start increasing my power supply. Okay, so you You are my plates. Here are the exits. So you need you. You need you. And now I need to bring some power. I have some underground power lines here, right? I know I do. Where did those power lines go? Doo-da, doo-da. Where the hell are those power lines? I know I brought power lines under here. Where are they? How am I not seeing where I plugged in the power? Anyway. Here are my exit screws, that's fine. What's the best, easiest place for me to grab power from? I'm gonna say probably right here. And then over here, put a power pole right there. And one right there. And let's be not falling off edges. There we go. And here's the other one. Here's the other one. Okay, connect and connect. And then we run over this way. Like a rolling stone. Papa was a rolling stone. He got drunk when he came out. I know I'm not singing the right song, but it is what it is. Okay, yep, there we go. And run you over to here. Do I have everything new active? Yes. No. Why? Yes, you are. You need to make your things. Everyone's loading up. All right, there we go. Okay, so we mostly got, I would say about 80% of, I should probably take that out. 80% of our iron move done, at least 80%. Still have to distribute everything into here, here, and here. Those are ready to go. These two are now ready to go. I still have to do my motor stuff, so that's my stators, my rotors, and my motors, which will go in there, but those are all going to be based either on steel or copper. So that will be kind of built in the back somewhere. I'm thinking I might try to avoid going into this back corner, and I'm going to use that for the electronics, possibly. but I'll figure that out. But I think that is actually going to do it for today. Again, I wasn't sure I was actually going to be able to do anything today, but turns out I can. Got everything put together. We did get some stuff done. We got our next tier unlocked. I'm just going to let the versatile framework keep loading while it can, so those two guys can keep dumping. And then, of course, the whatever modular motors and adaptive unit, blah, blah, blah. Those are going to be a while before I'm going to worry about them, because I got a lot of stuff in between. Namely, I'm going to have to now go on a massive oil exploration, because I need to start finding out where all my oil wells are. There's a bunch near me, which is fine, so we can use our new fluid trucks, which would be kind of cool. Because we need to start thinking about setting up our power for that. So now we got lots of stuff to do. Yeah, we're getting there. We're moving along. We're moving and grooving. And I think, you know, it was kind of a sloggy day, but we did get stuff accomplished. Getting closer to actually having, you know, some really finished, finalized buildings and stuff like that. Let's turn that off. So we are getting there, but I think that's going to do it for today. Guys, thank you for watching. As always, if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. You know the spiel, the whole subscription thing, the members. Thank you, Lee Barron. All of that fun stuff. You know the routine. So all that's really left to say then is thanks for watching. Have a great day. Be safe out there. Be good out there. And until next time, bye-bye.